Hey horror fans, once again it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. Yes, it's my favorite time of the year as again we're winding down 2021 and it is now time for me to talk about my top 10 best and top 5 worst horror films of 2021. Now, I love making these videos because it reminds me of how great or how bad the horror genre was this year. And well, we did have some excellent horror films. We do had some disasters, some disappointments, some fair, but overall, this was another pretty good year for horror films. Like I said before, we had some great horror films that have come out this year. We had some surprises. You will see those in my top 10 best horror films of 2021. But I always like to start with the bad first. So here are my top 5 worst horror films of 2021. Now, before we go, this is my opinion. This is what I believe are the top 5 worst horror films I saw this year. There'll be no honorable mention this year. Also, keep in mind, some of these films did not, even though they might have been released in film festivals, either in other countries or maybe film festivals here in the States, maybe in 2020, late 2020, but they did not get officially released or the States until this year or later on this year. So just want to give that little caveat. So coming in at number 5 is Butchers. Yes, now this had an interesting setup that it gave a lot of people Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. We have these two brothers who basically kill anyone that comes upon their land. Interesting setup. These brothers are violent. You have one that's highly intelligent, you have one that's not, but he's just as violent as his brother, and you think that this would be a great setup. And yes, we do get some excellent practical effects, but the characters, the victims, are very dull and boring. We really don't care about what happens to them. But the main problem what I have with this film is the absolutely goddamn dumbest and the dumbest decision I have seen ever in a horror film. Now again, just like I said in my review, you wonder why commercials, every one of those pokes fun at horror films. Because victims make dumb decisions, and this film reinforced this one. That's why it is number 5 on my list, meaning that there are 4 other films. As bad as this film was, there are other 4 films worse than this one. Coming in at number 4, it is Separation. Now, this was an excellent supernatural film. The trailer looked decent. We're probably going to get some creepy looking dolls, had a nice setup, but unfortunately, the main actor, he was dull and boring. No one cared about him. Yeah, we get some creepy doll looking, but, it was no tension, no suspense, and a twist that comes, I saw it coming a mile away. Very bad. Very, very bad. So, coming in at number 4 is Separation. Coming in at number 3, it is Shook. Yes, another one of these found footage horror films involving an influencer. She is a model. She thinks that the only way she can be successful is to talk about her life story all through online. So unfortunately, something bad happens in the film and she has to do something in order to save her friends. Now, of course, I saw the twist coming a mile away. Didn't even surprise me. The characters aren't interesting. Nothing really bad. I mean, whatever happens to them, we don't care about them. There's no character development. When this is found footage done wrong. So coming in at number 3 is Shook. Coming in at number 2, it is M. Night Shyamalan's Old. Now, this was an interesting premise. You have some people, you go into this nice, beautiful resort, very nice island looking place, very peaceful. Only problem is that these people age throughout the time that they're there. Now, of course, it's an interesting premise, but it's the dialogue. What in the world was M. Shyamalan thinking? The kids talk, they don't talk the way kids talk. The people are talking like grown-ups don't talk. In a situation like this, now I think M. Night Shyamalan was thinking that this would be interesting to have these people talk this way, but in a situation like this where you're aging so many times throughout the night, you wouldn't talk this way. It just threw the whole concept out. And again, the so-called twists didn't he have the impact that you would think a twist that happens in M. Night Shyamalan's films, like the twist in Unforgiving or in the twist in Split. Those were interesting. This is almost like as irrelevant as the twist in The Village. So coming in at number 2 is Oh, and coming in at number one, my worst horror film of 2021 is a thriller, The Woman in the Window. Yes, definitely was looking forward to this film. You had a whole bunch of excellent stars. You had Amy Adams, you had Julianne Moore, you had Gary Oldman, all these top stars, and you got Rear Window vibes in this one, some Alfred Hitchcock stuff in here. But the film is dull. It's boring. It doesn't isn't exciting. Amy Adams, she tries what she can with the script, but it's so off the wall cuss and the so-called twist I saw coming in a mile away. No lack of character development. The reason why Amy Adams' character becomes an agoraphobiac. I saw that coming a mile away. It's like, oh, come on, this the best you can do? It's not even, I've seen better thrillers than this. If you're going to have a compelling thriller, and you want to at least have some Alfred Hitchcock vibes, you have to make it compelling. And this movie just was not compelling. It was very bad. And I feel sorry because Amy Adams and Julianne Moore and Gary Oldman, they deserve better than this film was. So, yes, the worst film of 2021, The Woman in the Window. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 5 worst horror films of 2021. Yes, luckily, really wasn't that many bad films in 2021, but these are it right here. I'm pretty sure you guys have other bad films in this one, so if you do, leave it in the comment section and tell me what you thought were the worst horror films of 2021. So there you have it. That is my video for today. Hope you guys love it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. It does help out with YouTube algorithm. If you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser G, and always remember that horror rules. I'll see you in my next video, and I'm out.